So hello everyone. So today we are going to learn about CreateSlice and CreateAsyncThunk. So I hope you all have watched the last video where we developed our bank application. So in this video, as I told you that we are going to cover CreateSlice and CreateAsyncThunk. So first let's see how we are going to implement CreateSlice. So I'll just go into the reducer, and over here what I'll do, I'll just simply comment this code and we'll write new code over here which will be consisting of create slice method. Okay, so let's see, const slice amount slice. Okay, then we'll write create slice. I've already imported this. Okay, so this is going to take an object. First we will write the name, so let's write amount is going to be the name of this slice. Then comes your initial state. Then what we'll write, then we'll write reducers, and over here we'll pass multiple reducers. Okay, so now let's create the first reducer. So the first reducer was deposit. So here we'll write state comma action. It's very similar to what we were doing in create reducer. And the next one will be interest. So not interest, sorry, it's gonna be withdraw, and over here also state comma action. Okay, great. So now we'll write return state dot amount plus equals to action dot payload, and the next thing is gonna be return state dot amount minus equals to action dot payload. Now let's export this. So what we'll do, we'll simply write export default amount slice. Okay, and we'll also export the actions that we have created. So first is going to be increase, or not increment, first in deposit, then withdraw, and we'll write over here const, as we are destructuring, we'll just use amount slice dot actions. Yep. So let me see what's the error over here. Okay, so the error was coming from this line as we have imported this from this file, and now we don't need it. Okay, so now we have created these two things, that are the two actions and the amount slice. Now let's figure out how we are going to add it over here. So it's very simple. We'll just simply write import amount slice. So we have imported that, and we'll put it over here, amount slice. That's it. Okay, the next thing that we need to figure out is why we are getting this error. So amount slice, we should be able to see that. Okay, yeah, we have not exported it as in amount slice dot reducer should be there, and then what we'll do, just try to use it, then 10, and let's see, add it. Oh, it's not working. I think we have created some mistake. Let me go over. Okay, yeah, earlier we wrote deposit money, so that's why we are getting this error. So we'll change the name over here just to reduce our work, and over here also we'll write deposit money and draw money. Let's just copy these two things, paste it over here, Now I'm sure. So now it should work. Let's see whether it's working or not. 10, and over here click on to add money. Still not working. I think we are doing certain mistake that we are not able to figure out, and that's that. I think the store one is again the mistake. If we'll just remove this curly braces, I think it should work now. Try to add some money. So add money. Okay, we are getting this immer error. Animal producer. Okay. So yeah, the problem is over here. That is the return statement. You don't need to put return statement over here, because if you'll go through immer documentation, so there you will find that either we can just return the statement or we can mutate the state. Okay, as we are just mutating the state only, that is why we are not returning any value. So let's try to add money over here now. Add money. It's working fine. Let's try to deduct some money. 50. Yes, it's working absolutely fine. Now as we are done with the CreateSlice function, so now what we will do, we'll now create an asynchronous action. Okay, so that will be performed using createAsyncThunk. Okay, so now let's deal with this createAsyncThunk, which will help us to create asynchronous action. So before starting this, let's first discuss about Thunk, and then we will move on to the coding part. Okay, so Thunk is a middleware. Okay, now what is the purpose of this middleware in our Redux application? Let's see that. So earlier, when we created that bank application, so there things were like, so first thing was our action, then there was our reducer, and then there was our store. Like we updated all the values with the help of reducer in our store. Okay, so this was the traditional flow. In our application, we need to fetch some data. What we'll do now, because fetching and data is an asynchronous action, and we all know that this process is synchronous. Okay, so to handle those asynchronous action, Thunk is there. Okay, what Thunk will do, so let me just quickly draw the flow. So now it's like action, then comes our Thunk, that is middleware, then comes our Redux, sorry, then comes our reducer, and then comes our store. Okay, now what will happen, whatever the action consists of, let's suppose it's an asynchronous action, then first it will go over here. This middleware will hold the action till it gets the data. Okay, let's suppose we are fetching some data, and that data, as we all know, that fetching data is an asynchronous action, so it is going to take time. So for that particular amount of time, this middleware will hold this action, and once we get the data, this will be dispatched to the reducer, and then we'll able to change the state. That is why we need Thunk in our application. I hope I was able to explain you this Thunk. Now let's see this CreateAsyncThunk. So as I told you, this middleware will hold the action. Okay, will hold the action, that asynchronous action. Now we can handle this using Redux. But as we are using Redux toolkit, we have got CreateAsyncThunk with us. What CreateAsyncThunk with us? So this function helps us to create asynchronous actions. Okay, this helps us in asynchronous action creation. Okay, now, so this function provides us three methods. Those three methods are, let me write them. First is fulfilled, the next is pending, and the third one, the last one, is error. Okay, so fulfilled is when we'll get the data. Pending is the time when our middleware was holding the action. At that time, we'll get this pending one. Okay, so we can just put loading over here for that particular instance of time. And let's suppose we get some error while fetching the data, we can also throw the error, and if we get the data, we'll pass it to the reducer and it will change the state. Okay, that's it. That's the use of createAsyncThunk. So now let's see into the code. So now as we are done with the explanation part, now let's see how we are going to work with createAsyncThunk. First I'll create const what it should be, const async asy, it's async action, or whatever name you want to give. Now I'm not able to come up with suitable name, so that's why I've just written async action. You can write whatever you want to. Write create async thunk. Yes. Now it will take two arguments. The first is going to be the action name and the second is going to be the callback function. Okay, so this function should be async, and let's write over here fetch what fetch data, or whatever you want to give. Okay, I've just written it like this, so you can write over here amount. So let's go over here and let's see. So what we are going to do, first we'll fetch the API. So I've just get one API from fake store API. I'm just using this just to explain you. So first thing that we'll do, we'll just get Axios. So I hope I've just imported. Let me write Axios. Yeah. Let's take this and now we'll simply write import Axios from Axios. Okay. Now let's use it over here. First thing, const response. Oh wait, Axios dot get. So this should be products. Then what? Const data is equals to, oh wait, response dot data. Let's try to console.log this data, whether we are able to see that or not. So before that, let's just use this somewhere. So I'll just do simply return data and export this action. Okay. Now we are going to use this action inside the slice that we have created. So for that you need to write it like this: extra reducer, reducers. Here I'll just write callback function, which will be builder callback. It's very simple. Okay, so here we need to write the comma. Now what we need to do, just simply do builder dot add case. Now it's gonna take two things: async action and then the callback function of state and action. Okay, so we'll create one more thing over here now. That is gonna be data. Okay, this is gonna be an empty array. So let's use it over here. Simple state dot data dot push what. So now we'll push over here the value. That's gonna be action dot payload. Let's see. Here we need to write action dot full field. How we are going to use this? For that, we just simply needs to invoke this function async action the app. So we'll just simply do use effect Then comes dependency array, and then we'll write simply this dispatch this action. Now let's import this first and save this. If we will be able to see the data, then you can say this thing that yes, we are able to see the data now. Now let's try to get the title, not the price. We will just, let me see. Okay, we can take the rating, but what we'll do, we'll just simply take the title from over here. So for that, we need to create one more variable. Not the variable, we can just simply take data from over here. It's coming data also. What happened? Okay, let's try to use it somewhere over here at the bottom. What I'll do, if data exists, data.map item return simply a div. Okay, and that div will be consisting of item.title. It should work though. If I'll just do this, and let's provide key over here. Key is equals to item.id. Let's save this. Scroll. It's not working. Let me just quickly do this. What is the case with it? Okay, let's do dispatch over here. Now I feel we'll be able to do that. No, it's still not working. Let me try to figure out that. So if I'll do console log.data, console okay, it's very simple. Just go over here and do this thing. Instead of pushing, we can just do this thing. This minute thing will help us to resolve the error. Let's see now what's the case with this. Okay, data is required, and let's just, yes, we are able to see the data also. Till now we have done with this async action dot fulfilled, and now we have two more methods with us which we can use, and those methods are dot pending and dot error. You just need to follow the same syntax, that is async action dot pending, and if you want to use that error method, so you can just simply do async action dot error. So I've already explained you the purpose of those two methods, and so I think you can figure that out on your own. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.